So last week I asked everyone on Twitter and Facebook what your favorite thing about Greenville's Main Street was. And I didn't ask for a specific place or fill-in or memory or anything like that. I left it open to interpretation. And I got quite a few very interesting responses. So what I decided to do was make a top 10 list because a lot of people mentioned the same thing. So we're going to do the top 10 list, and then afterwards I'm going to tell you some of the more interesting tweets that I received back. So here are the top 10 things that people named as their favorite thing about Main Street, Greenville. There are a ton of different ways to get around downtown Greenville, specifically Main Street. You can walk with the crowd. You can ride the free trolley that runs up and down Main Street on the weekends. You can take a horse-drawn carriage, or you can ride even a stretch golf cart. Or now there are the bicyclist rickshaws, which have popped up. The bicycles are free to ride. They'll take you anywhere on Main Street. The only requirement is that you tip, or the request is that you tip the driver. So I chose to ride the rickshaw for the top 10 list. So here we go. These are the top 10 favorite things about Greenville's Main Street as voted by Twitter and Facebook. Number 10, that Greenville's Main Street is not in Spartanburg. That was number 10. Number 9. Number 9 is the local things, local stores, local cuisines that you see all over downtown, or specifically Main Street, Greenville. Ray's, Stellar, Trio, Rick Irwin's, Lazy Goat, just Mojitos, just a ton of different places that you can not only shop at, like the Mass General Store, but you can also eat at. Most of these are little shops. So there's a lot of stuff that you can, a lot of neat stuff downtown that's locally owned. Number 8. Number 8 was the diversity that you see in downtown Greenville. A lot of people still think Greenville's a closed-minded little southern town, and it's not. It's a very diverse city. Different cultures, ethnicities have moved to Greenville, and it makes it a really interesting place to live, a really fun downtown because everyone can do something downtown they enjoy. This particular night, we noticed quite a few interracial couples, which I thought was pretty neat. That's not something you would typically associate with Greenville. Here we saw some punk rockers as well as a bride, just all kinds of interesting things to enjoy in downtown Greenville, and all kinds of interesting people. The one group of people that we didn't see a lot of were openly gay people. So here's my little rainbow flag, rainbow kite for the openly gay people in Greenville. I know you're out there. You just weren't downtown. So that was number 8. Number 7 is the mice on Main. Interesting little mice that are all over Main Street. They each have a story. They represent something different. Pretty cool. You should take a look at them. Number 6, the number 6 favorite thing of Main Street were the chimes in the trees at McBee and Main Street. They're pretty cool, especially when it's windy. Number 5 was the lights in the trees. Both the chimes and the lights were stolen from other cities. The chimes, my understanding, is Austin, Texas, and the lights, according to an interview with Knox White that I ran across, I believe he said he got the idea from Chicago. They're pretty cool. The number 4 favorite thing about Greenville's Main Street, the statues on Main Street. I believe TV Amy was one of the people who voted for the statues on Main Street. A ton of different statues, including this one of General Nathaniel Greene, who Greenville's named after, Mr. McBee, Towns. But this is my favorite, the statue of Mayor Max Hiller. Mayor Max, his story is very inspiring, and I'm sure I'll be doing a video blog on him at some point. He is a Jewish survivor of the Holocaust, both him and his wife. He came to Greenville, became mayor, and it was his idea to make Greenville what it is today, the tree-lined, two-lane street. If you look at his statue, he's pointing directly across the street at the Hyatt. The Hyatt was his idea. It was the public-private partnership that he thought Greenville needed to get people downtown, and it worked. Number 3, my number 3 vote getter was Spill the Beans. It's probably my favorite out of everything on Main Street. I love going to Spill the Beans. It has a great atmosphere. You can choose all the flavors. They mix it with that auger. It's kind of like marble slab, but much, much better. You should check it out. It's at the intersection of Camperdown and Main Street, right off the Liberty Bridge. Number two, the number two favorite thing about Greenville's Main Street is not the river, but it's Falls Park, specifically the Liberty Bridge. Probably our number one tourist attraction in Greenville. I'm quite sure it is. I don't have any statistics, but I'm quite sure it is. Everyone goes to Falls Park when they come to Greenville to check out the Liberty Bridge. It's a unique bridge. It uses one cable for suspension. It is also arched. You can kind of see the arc there. It has won a number of awards. It provides a great view of the falls that runs through, or the river that runs right through Greenville at the falls. You should go check it out. You'll see tons of people standing around checking out the view. It's a great place. And then at night they actually light up the falls a pretty blue. So it's a really cool place. Definitely a favorite. The number one vote getter from Twitter and Facebook were the coffee shops. Not specifically Starbucks or West End Coffee or Liquid Highway, but coffee shops in general got a lot of votes. So much so that it is obviously the number one. There was one specific coffee shop that got the most, and I'll tell you that one in a second. But at the coffee shops, you can get your chocolate fix, you can get gelato coffee flavored. A lot of different things happen in the coffee shops. Not just coffee. I don't drink coffee, but I like them. The number one overall vote getter, period, by itself, was Coffee Underground. Coffee Underground is located on Coffee at the intersection of Main Street. Cool atmosphere, very cool place to hang out. You should definitely check it out. Another very fun thing about downtown Greenville is you see people making a fool of themselves. I have some video of a wedding reception that was happening just off of Main Street at Falls Park. Pretty funny, so I'll show you that in a second. And after that, I'm going to kind of do a credit type thing of some of my favorite tweets that came in. Stephen Pitts had just a hilarious one. If you're not following Stephen on Twitter, you should. StevenPitts. He's a very great person. I want to thank everyone who voted, everyone who contributed, from TV Amy, Senator David Thomas, Stephen, Courtney, just a ton of different people. So you'll see some of the tweets and some of the Twitter followers that you should follow that help vote on Twitter, as well as some of the Facebook people that voted. So that's our video blog for this week. These video blogs are a little harder to do than I thought they were, especially when you get busy. So I'll probably limit these to once a week. So this is the one for this week. I don't have any idea of what I'm going to do next week, so give me some ideas, give me some feedback. What would you like for me to do? I live downtown Greenville, so it's easier for me to do video blogs about downtown Greenville or Greenville in general. So that's it for this week. Hopefully you have a great week, and I'll see you back here next week.